I'd like to start by asking you how was your journey to become a full-time racer, and how did your journey in motorsport begin? Who was your inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 3 years old, so really young because my dad was a big motorsport fan, and he just bring me to the racetrack when I was 3 years old for the first time. Put me in a small go-kart, and yeah, from then, I mean, my hero was at the time Michael Schumacher. Even if when I started racing, it was, I think, stopping F1. But I grew up watching Ferrari drive, all the Ferrari drivers, but especially Michael Schumacher, and he was like a legend. So with the red car, when you're a kid, it's always impressive. And yeah, I think after that, it became a passion, really quick, and yeah, we just kept going like that. And it's today it's my job. Of course, it's a dream job, but yeah, it's first of all, I think it's a passion, so that's good.
And moving on, I want to ask you how was your progression through the junior series and the categories, and do you feel that those experiences shaped you as a racing driver, and for the pressure that you are feeling now in the WEC and in general in the motorsport?
Yeah, I think the good thing for me was that I mean, I was always the youngest, almost the youngest in every category, and it was difficult to be at a good level straight away, because I was lacking experience in Formula 4, in Formula 3, Formula 2, but I was the youngest. So I had to step up, be a bit more mature than the others, teenager. So it's. I think today is helping me a lot. It's helping me a lot for definitely. I'm only 22, but I feel like I have a bit more, and I have a lot of experience, and I can use it because I drove a lot of race cars, from Formula 2, Formula 1, IndyCar, Super Formula, LMP2, Formula E, hypercar now. So I think I just miss the NASCAR, and and I could complete. I mean, I did all the categories, so it's I think it's helping me a lot today. I suffered from it a bit in my career, but yeah, it's a good thing. And also being teammate with people like Loic Duval as well, was a lot of experience. He's making me more comfortable because he's French, first of all, so we can communicate super easily together. And he has won Le Mans. He won the World Endurance Championship. He did a lot of things in his career, so he can, help me feel more comfortable in my first professional experience. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Going on with your career, in 2023, you achieved what many drivers dream of, becoming a world champion. And as I was saying to Madlina, was your biggest fan. I wanted you to win the category. And what do you think mattered the most when you won the Formula 2, and what were the highlights of the year?
First of all, thank you very much. It's good to hear that. And yeah, I think what mattered the most in this championship was the consistency. And I think a lot of people underestimate the fact that I was super, super consistent that year. And I truly think that we didn't have the best car in terms of performance with ART Grand Prix. We had a really good car in qualifying, but compared to the two first seasons of Formula 2, in the races we were lacking a bit of pace. We were degrading a bit more the tires, and so. But thanks to my experience in Formula 2, I could manage, to do every time good race starts, great overtakes, keep my positions, and I was a lot of times in the top 3 in qualifying. I think the beginning of the year I almost did all the qualifying in the top 3, so I was missing pole positions by like thousands of seconds. So of course, at the end of the year, I did only one victory and one pole position, two pole positions, sorry, but to be fully honest, with a little bit more luck, I think I could have had probably 2-3 victories and 5-6 pole positions. And it's okay. The most important is what that I'm proud of myself. I did the job. I was really young in my first F2 season, still finished 5th, youngest ever feature race winner still today. And the second season, I was super unlucky in 2022 with a lot of mechanical failures and lacking a bit of performance, but still finishing vice champion, which is not a bad result. And the third year, this consistency was the key. I really wanted to win this championship. And thanks to this championship, now I have this professional opportunity with Peugeot. I struggled a bit to find an opportunity. In 2024, I was in IndyCar. I mean, I did first of all a Super Formula race, then some IndyCar races, then nothing. And yeah, it was a bit of a tough time. But yeah, today I'm starting to, be back slowly, but surely. So that's good.
And you mentioned 2022, and I want to remember a podium in Paul Ricard, where you remembered Antoine Hubert and Jules Bianchi after the podium. And do you think that their deaths were crucial in your driving style? Do you think that those deaths taught you a lesson, or as a racing driver, when you put your helmet on, you just think about driving?
Yeah, it was very tough for me in my career to witness the loss of first of all of Jules Bianchi. I was really young, but I remember this day, and I was quite close to him because his mechanics in karting were my mechanics as well. So I remember I have a picture in my phone with him, on the karting track doing a test day, and it's a great memory. So yeah, quite tough. And also the loss of Antoine. I was in Formula 4, so close to Formula 2. I knew Antoine a little bit, not as much as Jules, but I knew him because, I was at the FFSA Academy, the school for the racing drivers in Le Mans, and he was in this school, Antoine, a few years before me, but he came often just to see us, and it's super tragic. And when you're young, witnessing that, racing as well, close to those categories, it's a bit scary. I have to say, it was not super easy mentally, but I think it helped me as well, just to remember that it's a dangerous sport, and I have to be careful, and I have to do the best job I can on the track, also trying to avoid incidents and protect myself. Sometimes drivers they forget that, but I'm honest, and sometimes it can be scary for sure. But when I have the helmet on, I try to only think about racing. I give my best. I know it's a dangerous sport. I just try to protect myself as much as possible.
And after Formula 2, you came very close to reaching Formula 1. You did some tests with Alfa Romeo. And I want to ask you what was missing to secure a Formula 1 seat, and what can motorsports and sports in general could do to help to support young people who try to become what they dream of?
Still to this day, I don't really know what was missing, because I was really quick in the F1 simulator, because I still know it. Mercedes took me because I was quick in the simulator, so I was already quick with Alfa Romeo. I won a lot of races. It's not like I just won the Formula 2 championship. I always finished fifth. Fifth is my lowest finishing position in a championship. So yeah, it's a bit difficult to not at least have an opportunity, just to show yourself and show what I was capable of doing in a Formula 1. But it's not my priority now. My priority is to find consistent program year after year, and to have the chance to compete in the biggest races in the world, to enjoy it first, and also become a professional racing driver. Earn money is also important, because then I'm becoming an adult, so it's also important. But I think for sure it would be great if the Formula 2 champion at least can get at least one chance to go to F1. I don't know how exactly. It's not like football, it's not like basketball where you can draft a player, draft a driver, but it's I think a system like that could be interesting as well for the people to be interesting in watching Formula 3 and Formula 2, because they could potentially see a future Formula 1 world champion. But now you just watch Formula 3 and Formula 2, and maybe there's none of those. In total, there is like probably 50 drivers in Formula 2, Formula 3 that will never go to F1, probably, which is, in my opinion, ridiculous. But okay, it's the sport is like this.
Yeah, I mean, there are different career paths. You're doing a great career even if you're not in Formula One. So it's not about Formula One. And moving on to your current career, you're in the World Endurance Championship, and you moving to this championship is a great transition, because you go from a single-seater racing to a different type of motorsport, of cars. And I'm asking you, how was this transition, and what are the main aspects of are you enjoying the fact that you're sharing a car, or do you prefer just driving and not sharing the car?
I mean, first of all, it's great. It's an honor and a great opportunity to be representing Peugeot, French brand, French manufacturer, in the World Endurance Championship, and also this year for the first time for me in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in hypercar. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great season. The WEC is a bit different because, of course, sharing the car is not what I prefer, to be fully honest, as a racing driver, because you have a bit less track time. Compared to single seater, you need to share the car, so it's a bit different. But I'm still loving it this year because I have great teammates, and I think that makes the difference. To be with Malte Jacobsen and Loic Duval makes the life a bit easier, and also a bit more enjoyable to be with two guys that are enjoying what they are doing. They are really good drivers. I think Malte showed it in quali in Imola doing P4, and Loic, I think he has nothing to prove anymore, but he's still really quick. So no, it's I'm loving it. But it's for sure we would love to finish in better positions. We are working hard. At the moment it's a bit difficult, but I think we will have some chances this year to do some good results, and I think probably next year will be a better year.
And about these goals that you have, I want to ask you, what are the goals with Peugeot this year?
I think the goal. Results. Yeah. I think for me, we have to stay humble, to stay calm, because a lot of teams they made a lot of improvements on their cars. I'm talking about BMW, Cadillac, Toyota. They used a lot of jokers, Evo. So their cars are, they found performance, that's for sure. And us, we have the same cars last year, so it's going to be a bit difficult in some races. I think in some others where our car was already quick, we can still fight for some good results. Hopefully we can. I think the goal of the team would be to get this first victory since the comeback in the World Endurance Championship. I think it's an important target. Will it be this year? I don't know. It's gonna be tough for sure. But we have to give our best every time. And the World Endurance Championship, the races are crazy. There is always something happening. So if you do no mistake, and if you stay on track, have a good pace, do your best, you can potentially score some really good points. So just doing our best.
Then I'd like to ask you if you have any pre-race habits or rituals when you have to jump on the car, like right now in the WEC. If you do something to relax or to keep the pressure away.
Yeah, it's. I have some, let's say, superstition. A bit of a superstitious person, to be fair. I like to, first of all, warm up. Warm up. I have my warm up procedure for my body. Then I usually take an espresso. I like to take a small coffee. To have
Like
a
an
little.
Italian.
Exactly. Italian coffee is very good, and to get the small boost to be ready to jump in the car, and then I have some things like I always put my right shoe first, right glove first, and then I try to put my right foot first in the car. So small things like that. I'm just a little bit superstitious, but it's good as well because you need to be. For me, on that level, everybody is good. There's only good racing drivers, and I think you can make the difference mentally. Of course, there's some small difference on the driving, but mentally it's very important to be, full push mode, full focus, no mistakes, extracting the best out of you, out of the car, and that's why I try to, put my mental in the right place. So I think it's important.
Then I want to ask you a personal question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Not only in sports terms, but also in the personal terms.
I think in 5 years, hopefully, I can see myself as a Le Mans winner. Probably one of my dreams as well would be to be Indy 500 winner as well. That's something I'm really looking forward. I'm not sure this would be possible in 5 years. Le Mans is more possible. Indy 500 probably later in my career, but it's for sure a target. And then personally, just being healthy and having earning good money is also important. So just enjoying life, still racing, and most importantly being healthy. It's so important, and we forget that sometimes. So just as long as I'm healthy and racing, even if I have no money, I would be happy.
WEC we were in Imola as a GP Kingdom team, and there were a lot of people, more than 90,000 people, and the WEC is growing a lot, and it's getting better and better as a category. And do you think that as Formula One is having the opposite path, do you think that that WEC can challenge Formula One day as a competitor?
I think in terms of show on site, so if you come and watch the races on the racetrack, for me, the WEC is probably more interesting than Formula One. There's more race cars, beautiful race cars, because Formula One, of course, as a passionate, I love Formula One. But for the general people, when they go and watch a WEC race and they see like the Ferrari, the Peugeot, the Aston Martin, the Toyota, they all have different engine sounds, different looks, and I feel like it's so beautiful. Even the GT3s are really beautiful, and it's also very cheap compared to Formula One to buy tickets. So it's more popular. I think on TV, it's also difficult to attract people when the races are super long. It's the DNA of the endurance championship to have long races, like the 24 hours of Le Mans. But like, for example, if I take a race like Bahrain, 8 hours, for example, it's tough to keep the people 8 hours behind the TV, which is understandable. But Formula One, for me, this new regulation is I work for Mercedes in Formula One, and I'm really happy because they are winning everything. So it's very good. But as a true fan of Formula One, it's not the best regulation in my opinion, and I can understand the frustration of the people because they want to have pure Formula One, pure sound, pure racing. And it's not true. It's not fully like that right now. But I think they will improve it. We have to be a bit patient. Maybe in Miami this weekend, as we do the interview just before the Miami Grand Prix, maybe it's going to be better. Let's see. We have to give a chance to this new regulation. And yeah, the only thing that I don't really like about F1 is for sure the price in general. The prices, like everything is so expensive, and the true fans cannot really attend the races right now. So it's tough, you know. I understand it's a business, but at the end of the day, you know, the true passionate people are making this sport big, you know. And no, I mean, let's see what they can do on that for sure.
Yeah, in Imola, you could see lots of fans that maybe can afford to be on in a Formula One race, because you have to travel a lot and you have to spend a lot of money to be there. And yeah, it was very good. My next question and last question was to your thoughts on 2026 regulation about Formula One, but you already answered. So I just want to change and ask you. I had an interview 3 weeks ago with Marcello, the WEC driver, and he told me that in this Formula One, as a driver, you can see that there is not the art of defending. What do you think, in your driver's perspective, what's missing the most in this Formula One? Because as a fan, before than being a journalist, I can say that seeing these fake overtakes is not as exciting as seeing just last year's racing or WEC racing in the last minutes of the 6 hours of Imola. There were a lot of battles, and in the first minutes too. So I want to ask you, what's missing the most in your opinion?
I think right now they are missing a bit of first of all on qualifyings. For me, the cars, you know, because of the clipping, sometimes they are missing a bit of high speed corners difficulty. I drove the cars in the simulator, and the high speed corners are not as tough as it was last year. You know, sometimes the car is slowing down to keep the battery alive. So yeah, you don't have as much high speed corners difficulty as before. Then in the races, yeah, I think we all saw that the racing is completely different this year in Formula One, and it's not. You have to. I mean, you have to really understand where is your energy in the car, where is your power level, and how you can deploy it, and what you can do exactly. Because you need to be really smart. And I think on that side, it's a bit closer to Formula E, a little bit, even if there is still a lot of differences, but they should maybe make it, and I think that's what is going to happen in Miami, and that's what the FIA did, and I think it's a good step forward. They need to make less difference in straight line speed, and to give the car in front still some possibilities to defend, because we saw it right now in the straight lines. Well, you arrive, I don't know, 40 an hour quicker. Oh, I mean, you cannot defend. You cannot defend. So you just need to stay in line, and that's what the drivers are doing. They are not defending anymore. So it's a bit sad, but it's going to be better. I'm pretty sure. So for me, yeah, let's give it a chance. Let's see in a few races, but it needs to be improved. Otherwise, the fans will for sure not watch Formula One as much as before. That's for sure.
Okay. I've ended the questions. You can go. Thank you a lot for your time. You were very kind, and that's special for me. And good luck for your career and everything. I hope to see I hope to see you in the paddocks. Maybe not this year, but in the future.
Sure. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Bye.